I now have a choice between the Erica and Ephraim routes, and I decided to go with Ephraim's because his route has fewer maps with route objectives. Having enough weapons to defeat enemies is my primary concern in this challenge, and is better if there are fewer mandatory kills. In Chapter 9 of FE8 with 1 durability, we get Tana, who has no weapons, and also Amelia, who has a 1 durability slim lance. The map begins immediately with a large number of aggressive enemies, but the corridors are wide and there's a lot of open space to maneuver in. After I disarm all of the enemies by breaking their weapons on the soft defenses flush of my own units, I try to figure a way past them, and I come to a brilliant solution: the Conga Line Formation. Units are surrounded if all their adjacent tiles are occupied by enemies or walls, but units can always move through allies, meaning that if all my units are in a contiguous block, then they can only truly be surrounded if the entire group is surrounded. By forming my units into a gigantic Conga line, the surface area of the group is drastically increased, making it impossible for enemy groups of a roughly comparable size to surround me. And by maneuvering my Conga line around, I am able to slip past the enemies that are trying to surround me by punching through and killing a shaman with a 1 durability iron sword. This allows you to move my entire Conga line forward, bypassing all of the remaining enemies and leaving them stuck in the grass outside the fort behind me. I reach the giant door and open it, causing a large number of enemies to charge towards me, and I break their weapons as well, and I then use my famed Conga Line Formation to ensure that I'm not surrounded. The enemies charge in and spread themselves out to try to surround me, but I am able to maneuver the line to counter surround and trap a lot of them against the wall. I then simply snake the Conga line forward, allowing me to trap more than 2 dozen enemies behind me, blocked by a single unit at the choke point. I managed to recruit Amelia and grab most of the treasure from the map, except for the restore staff to the left, because getting to it will require killing 2 enemies, making it not worth it. But in total, I acquired treasure, allowing me to purchase at least 40 more iron lances. I approached the boss and faced further reinforcement cavaliers, but they stopped halfway through because my lack of killing has flooded the map with so many enemies that I've hit the enemy unit cap of 50 enemies, so no further enemies can spawn. And if enemies fail to spawn because of this limit, then they simply cease to exist. There aren't enough enemy cavaliers to really surround me, so I just spread out my units and let them get stuck. And I send off a small detachment to kill the boss. The boss, Geb, has a killer axe drop, which is potentially useful, so attacking multiple times will likely waste some more money, so I rig an Iron Lance crit to take him down, and it breaks because it had 1 durability.